Welcome to this video where we will explore how to start and use the FreeStyle Libre 3 sensor. Whether you have the FreeStyle Libre 3 reader or the FreeStyle Libre 3 app on your mobile phone, this video will guide you through the process step by step. Please note that you cannot simultaneously use both the reader and the FreeStyle Libre 3 app to access glucose data. Data can only be transmitted to one device at a time. Therefore, you'll need to decide which device you want to use before initiating a sensor. If you happen to use two mobile phones, such as a work phone and a personal phone, you can log out of the FreeStyle Libre 3 app on one phone and then log in on the other phone using the same sensor. To make a connection to the new phone, you will need to scan the sensor using the Start New Sensor option. You'll get a message that your sensor session will end, but you can ignore this. 1. FreeStyle Libre 3 Reader. If you opt to use the FreeStyle Libre 3 reader, let's explore how it works. The front of the reader features a touchscreen and a home button. On the side, you'll find a micro-USB port for charging the reader and reading data. And at the bottom, there is a test strip port, allowing you to measure your blood glucose with a simple finger prick. The FreeStyle Libre 3 reader is only compatible with FreeStyle Precision Neo Blood Glucose test strips. By inserting the test strip and applying blood to it, you can utilize the built-in blood glucose meter. The reader's built-in meter does not have ketone testing functionality, and it is not used to calibrate the sensor. Don't forget to charge the reader daily, preferably using the provided cable. Many users find it convenient to charge it overnight next to their bed, ensuring uninterrupted alerts while charging. Rest assured, while charging the reader, you will still be able to use it. Now, let's walk through the step-by-step process of starting the sensor using the reader. Start by pressing the yellow power button to activate the reader. If you haven't connected a sensor yet, the reader will display the home screen with three options: View Glucose, Review History, and Start New Sensor. If you already have a connected sensor, the reader will show your current glucose curve. You can return to the home screen by pressing the yellow button once more. The status bar at the top of the screen shows the current time, battery level, sound and vibration settings, sensor end time, and a cogwheel icon for accessing settings. Tap Start New Sensor and hold the reader so that the screen makes contact with the FreeStyle Libre 3 sensor. You may need to move the reader back and forth until a signal is established. If you have enabled sound, the reader will emit a beep when the sensor is activated. Otherwise, it may vibrate. After the 1-hour sensor warm-up, you can view your sensor glucose on the reader. It will display your current sensor glucose level, a glucose trend arrow, and your recent glucose curve. If your glucose level drops below 40 mg per deciliter or 2.2 millimole per liter, the reader will indicate low. Conversely, if it exceeds 500 mg per deciliter or 27.8 millimole per liter, it will display high. In such cases, it's crucial to confirm your glucose level with a finger prick and take appropriate action to address low or high glucose levels. The top left corner of the screen provides additional information about your glucose level. It can show low glucose if the sensor glucose is below 70 mg per deciliter or 3.9 millimole per liter, high glucose if it's above 250 mg per deciliter or 13.9 millimole per liter, or going low or going high if the glucose is projected to reach these thresholds within the next 15 minutes. By tapping the pencil icon in the top right corner, you can add important details such as insulin dose, food intake, or exercise. Remember to press OK to save this information. These actions will be represented by small markers, such as an insulin syringe or an apple, on the sensor graph, which tracks your glucose levels for the past 12 hours. To explore your history, navigate to Review History on the home screen. Here you find the logbook, daily graph, average glucose, daily patterns, time in target, low glucose events, and sensor usage. The home screen also features a settings cog, offering you further customization options. Within the settings, you can set alarms, adjust sound and vibration preferences, adjust time and date, set reminders, test the built-in blood glucose meter using a control solution, change the language, view the system status, change the report settings, and consult reader basics. Ultimately, in the European version of the FreeStyle Libre 3 reader, there are professional options available as well. To access them, you need to confirm that you are a healthcare provider and enter the code CIA1C. Once inside, you can modify the insulin dose increment and configure a bolus calculator. We will not go deeper into how to use the built-in bolus calculator, as the calculator is only for use with fingerstick blood glucose results from the built-in meter. You cannot use the insulin calculator with sensor glucose readings. 2. FreeStyle Libre 3 app. Now, let's explore the process of starting the sensor using the FreeStyle Libre 3 app on your mobile phone. To get started, download the FreeStyle Libre 3 app from the App Store and tap the icon to open it. Swipe left to see some helpful tips or tap Get Started Now at any point. If you already have a LibreView account, tap Sign In. Or you can create one right in the app. Continue following the on-screen messages to finish setting up the app. Setup is complete when you see an illustration to scan a new sensor. Then you'll be ready to start your sensor. To start a new sensor, you'll need to scan it with your smartphone. From the app home screen or from the app's menu, tap Scan New Sensor. Your phone is now ready to scan the sensor. To start it, touch the sensor with the top of your phone slowly. If needed, slowly move the phone around. You will receive a tone and vibration after you have successfully started the sensor. This is the only time you'll need to scan your sensor. The sensor can be used to check your glucose after 60 minutes. A countdown in the app will indicate how much time is left. After 60 minutes, the home screen will display your glucose information with automatic updates every minute from your sensor. This is your current glucose that is measured every minute. A message appears here letting you know about your glucose. For instance, if your glucose is in range or going low, the trend arrow shows the direction your glucose is going. It tells you if your glucose is steady, rising slowly, rising quickly, falling slowly, or falling quickly. In the middle of the home screen is your 12-hour glucose graph. It shows your current and historical glucose readings, along with your target glucose range. These two dotted lines represent your high and low glucose alarm levels. They appear only when alarms are turned on. You can add notes by tapping Add Note or Edit Note here. To see a note you've already added, tap the symbol or icon at the top of the glucose graph. At the bottom is the sensor life bar. It shows the number of days remaining on your sensor. In the top left corner is the main menu. Tapping here gives you access to features like alarms, your logbook, connected apps, and much more. Another feature of the home screen is the background color, which makes it easy to see if your glucose is in range with a quick glance. Green indicates you are in your glucose target range. Red means low glucose or below 70 milligrams per deciliter or 3.9 millimole per liter. And yellow indicates you are out of your target range. Orange means high glucose or above 250 milligrams per deciliter or 13.9 millimole per liter. Using the FreeStyle Libre 3 app might have a noticeable effect on your phone's battery life because the sensor sends data every minute. If your phone's battery runs out, you won't be able to see your glucose data. So use a phone with a good battery and charge more often as needed. When setting up a new sensor, it's important to note that the location of the NFC antenna differs between iPhone and Android devices. On an iPhone, you'll typically find it on the front of the device, often in the top center. For Android devices, it's usually located at the back, either in the middle or towards the top. Take a moment to gently move the phone over the sensor, observing where the scanning functionality is situated. If you encounter any issues with scanning, it's possible that your NFC antenna may be damaged or your NFC function could be turned off. Make sure to check these settings before troubleshooting further. Some phone cases block NFC, preventing you from scanning. This is usually due to a protective layer built into the cases to prevent unwanted NFC payments to the phone. If your phone case is made of plastic or silicone or another non-conductive material, you can probably scan the sensor without removing the case. If the case is made of aluminium, metal, or another material with a conductive surface, you may need to remove the case before scanning the sensor. The thickness of the case can also make a difference. If your case is very thick, it may prevent the phone from scanning the sensor. With the FreeStyle Libre 3 app, you have the convenience of adding and viewing notes in the logbook at any time, providing you with greater flexibility in recording important information. This feature sets it apart from the reader, where note-taking cannot be done in retrospect. The app also offers more extensive reporting capabilities, including real-time tracking of GMI, which stands for Glucose Management Indicator, which is similar to the estimated HbA1c. 3. Do's and don'ts. Now, let's discuss some do's and don'ts for using the system. The FreeStyle Libre 3 sensor is waterproof up to 1 meter or 3 feet for 30 minutes. Keep in mind that swimming beyond this depth or duration may affect its functionality. The reader itself is not waterproof and comes with a 1-year warranty. Although if your reader is broken, customer service might replace it even if the 1-year warranty has passed. Remember that the reader's time and date do not adjust automatically. You'll need to manually update them via the settings, especially when changing time zones. On the other hand, if you use the FreeStyle Libre 3 app on your mobile phone, the time will synchronize automatically with your phone's time. When the time is adjusted, a watch symbol will appear on the charts. The reader may display different error messages, some with explanatory texts, and others with an E followed by a number. Refer to the user manual for detailed explanations of these messages. The FreeStyle Libre 3 sensor has a very good transmission range of 10 meters or 33 feet. If you lose the connection between your sensor and your reader or phone, don't worry. The FreeStyle Libre 3 sensor stores 14 days of data. Therefore, once you reconnect to your sensor, you'll still have access to your glucose curve. Be aware that the glucose graph displays glucose readings above 350 mg per deciliter or 19.4 millimole per liter as 350 mg per deciliter or 19.4 millimole per liter. For consecutive readings above that threshold, a line is displayed. The current glucose number can be as high as 400 mg per deciliter or 22.2 millimole per liter. The FreeStyle Libre 3 does not have the following features. It is not possible to calibrate the sensor with a finger prick value. It doesn't have a text-to-speech function. And it doesn't have compatibility with any smart insulin pen, although this might change in the future. The FreeStyle Libre 3 app also doesn't offer a landscape view of the glucose curve, and you cannot see your exact glucose values from the past. Or zoom in on the graph. You can only estimate your glucose value from the past by looking at the graph. The Libre LinkUp app does allow you to see exact glucose values from the past. We will cover the Libre LinkUp app later in this course. Remember, technology can occasionally present us with unexpected hurdles. If you encounter difficulties scanning the sensor or connecting your devices, don't be discouraged. Stay persistent, explore troubleshooting options, and reach out to customer support for assistance. With patience and a determined spirit, you can overcome these obstacles and continue your path towards better health and well-being. So, let's forge ahead, equipped with knowledge and a resilient spirit, as we explore the various alarms of the FreeStyle Libre 3 system in the next video.